Eric was an ordinary insurance underwriter. For years, he reviewed policies, answered questions, and fought paperwork. Then tragedy struck. One spring, his beloved grandmother's home was devastated by a flood. She had faithfully paid for flood insurance her entire life, but her policy had been written incorrectly. When the claim was denied due to the agent errors and fraud, she lost everything. Eric was furious. His blood pressure rose. His pulse raced. His underwriting knowledge reached critical mass. Then something happened no one can explain. His insurance expertise combined with pure outrage and transformed him into Captain Flood. Now he patrols neighborhoods, flood zones, and insurance offices across America, armed with the policy of justice, the endorsement of truth, the deductible of destiny. He battles bad agents, incomplete applications, fraudsters, and his arch nemesis, X-Zone, the villain who thrives on uncertainty, confusion, and people who think, that will never happen to me. Whitney was one of the best insurance professionals in the office. But one day, everything went wrong. The phones wouldn't stop ringing. Wilfred stopped by to tell her what a great job she was doing, and Eric joined the Kansas camaraderie. And then the calls started again. Forms were missing, agents were frustrated, insureds were cranky. As Whitney's frustration grew, even her coworkers tiptoed away in fear. Ed tried to console her. Everyone seemed to blame Whitney for problems she did not create. The agents from Kalispell were the worst. Hour after hour, the chaos grew. Even her coworkers could not console her. Whitney burst outside to clear her head. By the end of the day, she was exhausted. It was a beautiful sunny afternoon in a low-risk flood zone. When the storm started, Whitney was not concerned. After all, she was in an X-Zone, which is lower risk. Whitney was relaxing and enjoying the storm, but we all know that X-Zone can be fickle. Whitney barely had time to wonder before tornadoes swept in and carried her into the sky. A flash of energy erupted when the sky cleared. Whitney was gone. In her place stood X-Zone. Half sunshine, half disaster, neither hero nor villain. Witnesses say they could hear the agents from Montana trembling in fear. The arrival of Captain Flood. Low risk does not mean no risk. Wilfred loved two things: flood insurance and soccer. Wilfred spent years studying policy by day and soccer statistics by night. Then came the World Cup. Then, one controversial call changed everything. Flood insurance knowledge and sports obsession collided, and Wilfred became the World Cup warden, the guardian of fair play, the keeper of the scorecard. The call stands, and that confidence stands firm in both his sports and his underwriting careers. It's World Cup time in Kansas City. Whitney, Wilfred, and Eric were cheering on Sporting KC. As everyone knows, Wilfred is the ultimate sports fan. The game was amazing. The home team fans cheered. The visiting team fans were screaming, "Boo, boo." All Whitney could think of was the day she snapped. The thunder rolled in. Whitney got an evil grin. Then she snapped again. "Oh no, X zone." But it's a low-risk zone. 25% of all claims come from the low to moderate risk zone. Eric cannot allow the World Cup to be ruined. Neither Wilfred nor America would ever forgive him. So Captain Flood made his dive through the computer and landed on the field with X Zone. Captain Flood was armed with the endorsement of truth. When Captain Flood needed it, he still had one more trick up his sleeve: the policy of truth. It seems we're at a standstill. An official determination is required. Is the stadium covered? Do they have flood insurance? The World Cup warden appears. He slowly reviews the policy of truth. He uses all of his underwriting knowledge. The policy of truth stands. All of the stadiums that are holding World Cup games covered with NFIP insurance. And we processed an endorsement to increase the coverage for Children's Mercy Park in case X Zone snaps again. Like all good stories, this one has a moral also. Even when you have a superhero as amazing as Captain Flood, and when you have an anti-hero who is neither good nor bad, but just human and can only take so much, like X Zone. Or whether you have just your average guy who does the right thing and works as hard as possible like Wilfred. At the end of the day, everything is taken care of as long as you learn to work together.